Have you ever wondered why the most expensive dresses on the Met Gala red carpet or the Chanel and Dior catwalks look exactly like the costumes of gods from 2.500 years ago? It is no coincidence that simple wraps have become the heritage of luxury. Welcome to the journey of decoding ancient Greek fashion, where a fold of fabric can become an architectural masterpiece, and how it dominates humanity's definition of beauty until today. Welcome to the episode, Grecian Chic, a 2,500-year trend that has never gone out of fashion, on the channel Legends of Style. Ancient Greek fashion during the classical period, 5th–4th centuries BC, was more than just clothing, but an art of balance and proportion, honoring the human body as a masterpiece of creation. A detailed analysis of classical period costumes. The core feature of this fashion is no tailoring. The costume is made up of rectangular sheets of fabric, wrapped and folded skillfully on the body. A1. Paplos, women's costume. Paplos is the most typical female costume of ancient Greece. Appearing since the Archaic period and reaching its ultimate sophistication during the classical period, 5th century BC. 1. Structure and technique, shaping without sewing. Unlike chiton, usually a light linen fabric, paplos is an architectural design made of thick wool fabric. Basic shape, a large rectangular woolen cloth, with a length at least twice the distance from the wearer's left elbow to the right elbow. Apoptygma, reverse folding part. This is the most important identifying feature. The fabric is folded upside down about 1/3 of its length before wrapping around the body. This folded part creates the effect of a short shirt overlapping a long skirt, giving it a discreet and warm look. Fixed point. The fabric is wrapped around the body and fixed at the shoulders with fibulae, metal or bone pins, in the direction from back to front. Kolpos, zone, when the belt, zone, is tied. The excess fabric will be gently pulled up over the waist to create a natural drape, called kolpos. 2. Cultural meaning and classification. Paplos open and close. Open paplos. One side is left unstitched, leaving the leg exposed when moving, common among Spartan women, causing them to be called thigh showers. Closed paplos. The two edges of the fabric are sewn together to form a discrete tube of fabric. Religious symbol. Paplos is associated with the goddess Athena. Every year, the people of Athens wove a magnificent new paplos to offer to the statue of the goddess during the Panathenaea festival. 3. Influence on modern design. Paplos have not disappeared but have evolved into core fashion elements. Paplum trend. The modern fashion term, paplum, the flared fabric at the waist of a shirt or dress, comes directly from the apoptygma, inverted fabric, of the ancient paplos. Drape evening dress. Paplos's natural pleating technique is the inspiration for Greek goddess, wedding and red carpet dress designs, promoting minimalist and unrestrained elegance. A2. Chiton, oud dye for both sexes. While paplos has the structure of wool, chiton symbolizes flexibility, lightness and is the soul of Greek costumes of the classical period. 1. Detailed analysis of chiton structure. Chiton is essentially a tube shirt or fabric bag, shaped from a large rectangular sheet of linen or silk. Chiton Doric, minimalist style. Construction. A thick wool or linen fabric, without sleeves. How to wear. The fabric is folded around the body and secured at the shoulders with two large pins, fibulae. It does not have a long apoptygma like paplos. Characteristics. Creates straight, vertical pleats like the grooves on Greek architectural stone columns. Chiton Ionian, luxury style. Construction. Using very thin linen, light and much wider than the body. How to wear. Instead of just pinning at the shoulder, the fabric is pinned along the arm with many small buttons, pins, creating a fake sleeve effect with tiny, soft folds. Attractiveness. This is the most popular outfit of the classical period because of its comfort and ability to show off the body's contours through a thin, see-through fabric. 2. Gender and status differences. Men often wear knee-length chiton for ease of movement. Work or fighting, only philosophers, politicians or artists wore heel-length chiton poderis, to show formality. Women always wear ground-length chiton. They often use belts, zones, tied under the chest or across the waist to create volume, colpose, and shape the shape. 3. Chiton's imprint in modern fashion. Chiton is the origin of the concept of draping in modern design. Maxi dresses and slip dresses. Chiton's freedom and unrestriction are the forerunners of modern long slip dresses, prioritizing the wearer's comfort on vogue. Pleating technique. The delicate pleats of the Ionian chiton directly inspired Mariano Fortuny's legendary Delphos dress and later Issey Miyake's pleating style. Pin details. The trend of using brooches or metal details to secure the shoulders of evening gowns is a modern reinterpretation of ancient fibulae. A3. Himation, cloak. If chiton is the base layer, himation is the statement of style and status of the ancient Greeks. This is not only a warm shirt but also a test of the wearer's sophistication. 1. Structural analysis and wrapping techniques, draping. Himation is a large rectangular piece of thick wool fabric, about 2.5 meters by 4.5 meters. Without pins, buttons or belts. Its existence on the body depends entirely on gravity and draping skills. The classic way to wrap. The fabric is draped over the left shoulder, pulled behind the back, threaded under the right arm, leaving the right hand free, and then drape the other end of the fabric over the left shoulder or wrapped around the left arm. Technical highlights. To keep the fabric from slipping, the Greeks often sewed small pieces of lead into the corners of the fabric. This weight helps the drapes stay straight and shape the elegant shape. Variation. On formal occasions or when it's cold, the himation can be pulled up to cover the head like a hood. 2. Social meaning. The language of fabrics. Himation is a symbol of education and freedom. Intellectuals and philosophers. Philosophers like Socrates or Plato often wore only himation without chiton inside, a chiton style, to show austerity and simplicity. Elegance, sophrosyne. A man is considered educated if he knows how to wrap himation so that the folds are balanced and does not reveal too much of the body when moving. Keeping the cloth from falling apart is an important social skill. Women often wear himation as a large scarf over peplos or chiton when going out, creating a discreet and noble appearance. 3. Influence on modern fashion. Himation is the ancestor of unstructured outerwear concepts. Shawls and wraps. Large cashmere or silk scarves wrapped around the shoulders in high fashion are a direct imitation of the Metropolitan Museum of Art's use of himation. Wrap dresses and toga style. The asymmetrical wrap shoulder evening dress designs on the catwalks of Dior or Lanvin are inspired by himation's natural, liberal drapes. Romanticism. The image of thick fabric wrapped around the body evokes power yet softness, often used by fashion photographers to create a goddess or academic look. A4. Materials and colors. During the classical period, materials and colors not only served the need to cover the body but were also a measure of the wearer's social hierarchy and aesthetic taste. 1. Material. From natural to sophisticated. Unlike the rusticity we often mistakenly believe, the Greeks have mastered complex textile techniques. Wool, the most popular material, especially used for peplos and himation. The Greek wool is combed, creating the heaviness needed for the folds to fall perfectly. Linen, imported mainly from Egypt. Light and breathable linen is the top choice for chiton Ionian sets. Linen's ability to create pleats gives it an elegant, gently see-through look. Silk, rare and expensive. Silk began to appear at the end of the classic period, from the island of Kos. This is a material reserved for aristocrats, creating an extremely sleek and flexible effect. Processing techniques. The Greeks did not use irons. They create pleats by dipping the fabric in a starch solution and drying it in the sun to form durable pleated lines. 2. Color. Break the stereotype of pure white. Polychromy research has proven that Greek fashion was in fact very brilliant. Natural dyes. They extract colors from plants and animals. Purple, Tyrian purple, from sea snails is the most valuable, symbolizing power. Yellow from saffron, red from cardamom root or blue from indigo are also very popular. Embroidered motifs. The hem of the shirt is often embroidered with geometric motifs such as meander, eternal folds, stylized flowers, palmette, or images of gods. White. In fact, the natural white color of linen and wool is not pure white but cream or ivory white. Only the rich could afford to bleach fabric with sulfur to achieve a brilliant shine. 3. Influence on modern color thinking. Earth tones, color palette. The preference for earth tones, sand colors and vegetable dyes in modern minimalism collections is a direct inheritance from ancient Greece. Color blocking. The Greek way of combining contrasting colors between the inner layer, chitin, and the outer layer, himation, laid the foundation for the color blocking technique in modern fashion. Heritage motifs. Meander motifs, often called Greek key, have become a global identifying symbol of the Versace fashion house, bringing a sense of power and classicity to every design. A5. Chlamys is the most typical cloak worn by Greek men during the classical period, representing the spirit of adventure, military and dynamism of youth. Unlike the formal and large himation shirt, chlamys is designed with maximum priority for flexibility. 1. Structure and shape. Shape. A rectangular or oblong piece of fabric. Common sizes are usually about 1.8 meters by 1.35 meters, 72 by 54 inches. Material. Mainly made from thick wool, which is slightly waterproof and keeps pedestrians warm well. Technical highlights. At the four corners of the shirt, small lead weights are often sewn. The purpose is to create a nice drape and keep the shirt from shifting when moving vigorously or riding. 2. Unique way to wear. Pin position. The shirt is wrapped over the left shoulder and secured with a metal pin, fibula, on the right shoulder. Freeing arms. This tuck leaves the right arm completely free to hold a sword, shield, or horse reins, while the rest of the body remains covered. Wear independently. Young warriors or postmen often wear only chlamys, not wearing chitin inside, to show their bravery and ability to withstand the weather. 3. Social significance and intended users. Military. This was the standard uniform of Greek cavalry and infantrymen from the 5th to 3rd centuries BC. Spartan soldiers often wore red chlamys to hide bloodstains when injured, avoiding making the enemy excited. Youth. Ephebi, Greek youth during mandatory military training often wore chlamys as a type of uniform. Mythology. Chlamys is the symbolic costume of the god Hermes, the messenger god, often portrayed as a young, agile man. 4. Versatility in life. More than just a jacket, chlamys is also a survival item. Make a blanket. When camping overnight, it becomes a warm blanket. As a secondary shield, in hand-to-hand combat, soldiers can wrap chlamys around their left arm to block attacks like a light shield. A6. Sandals and jewelry. To complete the look of a classical Greek citizen, sandals and jewelry served as architectural accents, balancing the softness of the drapery. 1. Sandals. The intersection between function and aesthetics. Although Greeks often go barefoot at home, when going out, shoes are the defining element of style. Structure. The most popular are sandals with leather soles, multiple layers, and sophisticated lacing system. The strap can be wrapped around the ankle or extended up the calf. Crepus and buskin. Crepus. Shoes with thick soles and intricate crisscross straps. For the upper class and soldiers, providing better foot protection on rocky terrain. Buskin, cothurnus, calf-high boots. Usually made of fabric or leather, mainly worn by theater actors or hunters to show noble status. Modern influence. Gladiator sandals, warrior sandals, appearing throughout the summer collections of ancient Greek sandals or Valentino are the clearest proof of the enduring vitality of this style. 2. Jewelry, the art of metal engraving. Greek jewelry is not only decorative but also functional items that keep clothes in shape. Fibulae, pins. This is the most important item, used to fix peplos or chitin on the shoulder. They are crafted from bronze, silver or gold, ranging from simple pin shapes to intricately carved designs of animals and flowers. Gold jewelry. The Greeks are masters of filigree techniques, making thin metal wires, and granulation, creating tiny gold particles. Teardrop or crescent-shaped necklaces and earrings are often inspired by nature and mythology. Laurel wreath, Stephane, golden laurel leaf-shaped crowns or headbands are not only for winners but are also hair accessories that help women express their goddess beauty. Modern influence. Fashion houses like Versace or Bulgari often use Greek key, meander, motifs and symbols of ancient coins and laurel wreaths to create luxury and power for high-end jewelry. 3. Summary of influence. The combination of minimalist sandals and sophisticated metal jewelry creates Grecian chic style, a gold standard for timeless luxury. It helps turn simple wraps into a structured and classy outfit. B. Deep influence on modern fashion. The aesthetic heritage of ancient Greece is an endless source of inspiration for contemporary designers. B1. Top draping technique. Draping technique, draping on a mannequin, is the most direct inheritance from ancient Greek aesthetic thinking. Where costumes are not shaped by cut but by gravity and movement. 1. Philosophy of liberating the body in draping and haute couture. Draping is a technique of creating 3D shapes directly on the body or mannequin. Similarity. Instead of using scissors to shred the fabric, artisans kept the large fabric intact and used pins to create folds. Exactly like the way the Greeks used fibulae. Kinetic energy of the fabric. The peak lies in the fact that the fold is not still. They change with every step the wearer takes. Recreating the vivid beauty of classical statues in the Met Museum. 2. Masters of classical reincarnation. Mariano Fortuny and the Delphos dress, 1907. Fortuny created a revolution by reinterpreting the Ionian chiton through the Delphos dress. Micro-pleating technique. He uses a secret manual pleating technique on silk fabric, creating thousands of tiny vertical folds. These folds stretch to follow the body's curves without the need for a restrictive gorset structure. Gravity. Like the Greeks, Fortuny attached small glass beads to the hem of the dress to create weight, helping the fabric drape perfectly, honoring the natural shape. Mariano Fortuny's Delphos gown is still considered one of fashion's eternal masterpieces. Madame Grès, sculptor of fabrics. Madame Grès did not consider herself a seamstress. She considered herself a sculptor. Grès pleats technique. She uses soft silk jersey fabric to create evening dresses with hundreds of tiny pleats that are hand-folded and delicately sewn in place. Sophistication. Her dresses look like they are carved from marble but are as soft as a second skin. Madame Grès draping technique is the ultimate benchmark for Grecian goddess style in haute couture, influencing every designer from Alexander McQueen to Rick Owens. 3. Importance to modern haute couture. This technique is the backbone of high-end fashion because it requires an absolute understanding of materials. Each fold must be calculated to capture light and create shadows, turning the wearer into a moving piece of architecture. This is why fashion houses like Dior or Chanel always turn to ancient Greece when they want to express ultimate luxury and purity. B2. Grecian chic style. Grecian chic style is not just a temporary trend but a symbol of timeless luxury, focusing on restructuring mythical beauty into a modern context through 3 core elements. 1. One-shoulder dress, powerful asymmetry. This detail directly imitates the way the Greeks pinned one shoulder of the chiton or himation to free the other arm for operation. Aesthetics. Creates a contrast between the sexy bare shoulders and discreet draped fabric, creating an appearance that is both strong and elegant. On the catwalk, Dior Fashion House often uses this shape in cruise collections to honor the images of female warriors and goddesses, turning asymmetry into a standard of elegance. 2. Empire waist, redefining body proportions. Although popularly called Empire waist, Napoleon era, the real origin lies in the way Greek women tied the zone belt right below the chest to create drape for the peplos. Function. This technique helps lengthen the legs to the maximum and creates soft vertical folds running from the chest to the heels, concealing defects in the abdomen and waist. Application. This is the star's secret weapon on the red carpet, bringing a calm and serene demeanor like the statues in the Parthenon. 3. Flowing maxi dress, the freedom of fabric. The modern maxi dress is a direct descendant of the ground-length chiton. Materials. Fashion houses like Chanel in the Resort 2018 collection, the modernity of antiquity, used chiffon, silk and thin jersey to create the effect of movement with the wind. Mythical feeling when the wearer moves. The loose fabric creates air spaces, making it appear as if they are gliding. This creates ethereal beauty, a state of suspended animation, not belonging to the earthly world. B3. Timeless accessories. The longevity of warrior sandals and laurel headbands lies not only in their functionality but also in their ability to instantly turn an ordinary outfit into a powerful and artistic one. 1. Gladiator sandals, the intersection between strong and elegant. Although it is called gladiator, which belongs to Roman culture, this design originates from the multi-layer leather sole sandals of ancient Greece. Technical structure. The lacing system, usually made from cowhide or goatskin, is not only to fix the shoe but is also an art of arranging lines on the skin. The knots create a visual effect that helps the calves look slimmer and stronger. Vitality in modern fashion. Brands like ancient Greek sandals have upgraded this item with handmade techniques, using natural, chemical-free leather that becomes softer and shinier the more you wear it. On the catwalks of Valentino or Alberta Ferretti, knee-high strap sandals are often combined with short skirts or slit skirts, creating the image of modern urban, female warriors, both free, liberal and proud. 2. Headbands and laurel wreaths, crown of intellectual beauty. In Greek culture, the laurel wreath, Stephane, is a symbol of glory, excellence and protection of the god Apollo. Aesthetic variation, from real branches and leaves. The Greeks crafted thin gold crowns with delicately carved bay leaves, oak leaves or myrtle flowers. Applications in today's Grecian chic. Hair jewelry. Fashion houses like Dolce & Gabbana or Jennifer Behr often use images of gold leaves and metallic flowers on headbands to create highlights for braided or naturally wavy hairstyles. Red carpet and wedding style. Laurel wreath-inspired headbands are a top accessory for boho or minimalist brides, providing an ethereal look without the need for heavy diamond tiaras. 3. Why are they always popular every summer? Natural materials, leather, bronze-colored metal and leaf motifs always remind of the sun, the sea and the rusticity of the Mediterranean. Versatility. A pair of string sandals can be worn with jeans on the street or a silk dress for an evening party. A gold headband can elevate naturally messy hair into a chic party hairstyle. Symbolic value. This accessory brings a sense of heritage, helping the wearer connect with images of powerful goddesses in mythology. Ancient Greece not only left us philosophies or temples, but also left an ideology of beauty that thousands of years later, the world has still not been able to overcome. From the soft folds of the chiton to the minimalist philosophy in every line, Greek fashion proves that true beauty does not lie in sophistication, but in human freedom and balance. If you love this timeless beauty, don't forget to click like and subscribe to the channel to explore other interesting stories about fashion history with me. For now, thank you for following, and see you in the next cosmetic journey. See you in the next episode on the channel, Legends of Style. In the next episode, let's forget about the image of flying Greek gods. The Romans were much more practical and pragmatic. Did you know that the color of clothing in ancient Rome could determine whether you were a slave, a commoner or a powerful senator? We'll reveal surprising truths about the prized Tyrian purple, the Pahinula cloak and how the practicality of Roman fashion became the standard for modern office and military uniforms. Watch the video to understand more about this fashion empire.